what was the sound? What thoughts were put into?
Okay. Yeah. So I was deciding for lights and sounds. Basically, if there's one thing I realized is how sounds is actually very important, and you have to make sure that it's not just like, oh, I want this and therefore I choose this music. You have to really, like, for example, because how this whole play, there's a lot of like surrealism, dance movement. So those are the key factors we have to consider, like what kind of music do I want for Sherilyn's kind of like dance and interpretive dance. So like for example, where I was narrating the story of Hunted Them and all those fish being died, and so yeah, we had to like have all those fish, like it's very like distorted music, and at times where I was recording like some sad stories, or when Eden was recording some sad stories as well, we used like really sad story, which I'm not sure if you all know, but realized it's the Dark Knight kind of music. So it gives that sense of really eerie feelings, and that's basically, so yeah, that's how I chose my music. I look into what I want and how other key factors affect my choice.
The fact that the play was set by the dog, right, by the snake. Then there's only once that you all use some kind of sound that resembles water. It never occurred to you to have something more relentless coming at you, because the two characters' motivation were very clear, but clearly you all had that very single motivation leading through, which was quite exhausting sometimes throughout, because that motivation remained the same. Then I was quite wondering whether what was the motivation for the fish? Did you have one?
Like for as in you're talking
I'm talking about. I'm just suggesting that the sounds of waves would have given a bit more rhythm to the piece. And now it's a different question. But the fish, like what sustained you all throughout? I mean, they too were constantly, she wants him, she doesn't want her kind. So she sort of got that part too. But then what about the fish?
The fish have multiple functions, but basically one function. This is related to the function. Basically, the fish, on one hand, they create an atmosphere, because clearly by having like people dancing all over the place, it's very clear that it's not going to be a realistic thing. It sets the atmosphere. The second thing about the fish is that in the scenes that they have with Martin, which is where the actor motivation comes in those particular scenes, right, the fish represent Martin's, the voices that Martin hears. Clearly it's a disturbed character. And you notice that Martin has a very strange relationship with the fish. I mean, on one hand he admires them, he obsesses over them, he finds them beautiful. But on the other hand there's this undercurrent of tension, and even underneath all the strange voices and the come closer, the tender way the words are couched, the fact of the matter is that they're drawing him to a very self-destructive behavior. And this self-destructive behavior, actually the fish show how his father's suicide in the past has sort of shaped Martin's brain and Martin's mind, such that he himself actually has his own suicidal fixations, and he hasn't actually quite come to terms with his father's suicide in the past.
Nat, do you have a question?
This question is for Sherilyn. Like, how did you come up with the dance movement?
Yeah, basically I drew my inspiration from Buso. No, it's more of a anti-dance sort of thing. Don't take anti-dance straightforwardly, but because Ping is not really professionally trained in dance, so I choose something. She caught on very quick, and she did everything that I wanted to. So Buto saw anti-dance, so he comes out with these grotesque, awkward positions, which bring out a certain theme, and I thought that was really appropriate for the play, because it's not exactly a very comfortable play. There's a lot of traumatic events and a lot of conflict within. So I took Buto's message about anti-dance and how using grotesque sort of images and incorporate them into my own element, which is contemporary. So for Martin's scenes, which are more flowy and more fantastical, because he's in his own world, he's escaping, I used more flowy and smooth actions. reaction. I don't know if you know this, but sometimes King would react to something and I would respond. There's this scene where we're standing at the back and Eden's explaining about how her father died. Yeah, that was basically the response and the reaction. And I think for certain monologues, I wanted to bring out the message, the theme, set the atmosphere. So I use more of interpretive dance, where we slightly mime what he said. Yeah.
Any other questions?
I don't know what the thought process was to make up in the script, because you see in Moonfish very dramatic like colour stuff. For Eden, so he's flirtatious and stuff, because he's quite muted, not effective, and so towards the costumes, like how do you choose it?
I think for the Moonfish, he wanted it to be strange. Yeah, you want to be as strange and yet elegant. I don't know if you've seen a real Moonfish. They do exist. But and we didn't want to put that across. We wanted to be more beautiful. Yeah, basically we decided to use something like this.
It was also a cartoon.
Yeah. And for the makeup, Dali's actually our makeup artist. Yeah, I wanted, again, weird and strange. So I told her what I wanted, and she came up with a few ideas and we tested and tried. And yeah, it resembles sort of like a circusy thing.
And like for Eden, like, you know, she's supposed to be like flirty, but as in, she's not supposed to be flirty, but we decided that she was more lonely but needy. So we didn't want to give that like ripped lips and like that. So yeah, that's why it's like kept not so big a piece.
There's constantly the idea that the real world is like Eden comes from Martin's world is harsh and stark. But in Martin's mind, Martin's view of the world sometimes gets very colourful and fantastical. So the contrast is very evident. The props, whether they were angular, whether they were going to be the dance, whether they were going to be flowy, and like the costumes itself. Who was going to be dressed in a very realistic way, who was going to look like some crazy fairy.
Okay, raise your hands. Who thought the ending was creepy? Okay, but who thought the ending was a positive, hopeful one? Oh, one. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks. You want to hear what the action was originally about?
I thought it was creepy, but I thought it could be creepier. Because you know, you reach for a throat, right? You finally say you're beautiful. Like, as you're reaching, you say you're beautiful. But maybe make it more creepy. After the three of you, you say you're beautiful. And you could have maybe slowly reached out. It's also like us as an audience, we don't quite know whether you're going to reach out and like choke her or like